Are you sick of watching everyone else get easy results on keto while you can't seem to get the freaking scale to move? Watch today's video to learn the third big reason all of the cool kids seem to be getting big keto results, but you only seem to get fatter when you slash carbs and fill up on fat. If you haven't watched videos 1 and 2 of this 3-part series, then you're missing out on two of the biggest reasons you might not be getting results. I'll do a quick review because these two factors play a huge role in reason number 3. But if you haven't watched the full videos, then you're missing out on some valuable info that could be stalling your keto results. I attempted a low-carb diet many times over the course of my 2-decade stint in the dieting world. I could never stick to a low-carb or keto approach because my body no longer processed fat well, which I'd say is pretty important when you're focused on eating fat for at least 75% of your daily intake. After decades on a low-fat, low-calorie junk diets made up of mostly processed carbs, my body pretty much had no idea how to digest the protein I now ate as the main part of my meal when attempting real food diets like low-carb or keto. My body was so accustomed to that easy-to-digest fuel source that I'd been giving it for so long that it slowed production of stomach acid, which is a pretty vital component of life. Then, the little bit of stomach acid that I did have left wasn't enough to allow my body to digest properly, so I was told to kill the rest of this vital component with acid reducers. This resulted in a damaging cycle that wrecked my body for years to come. And I'm not even alone in this mainstream promoted dieting cycle, so be sure to check out videos 1 and 2 of this series to learn even more. Alright, now let's get to reason number 3 you're not getting results on keto. You're not eating enough to lose weight. Wait, what? I know. We've been taught our entire lives that if you want to lose weight, you need to eat less calories than you burn. We were also taught to remove the healthy fats we need to thrive and replace them with sugar-filled substitutes. So how did that work out for you? I mean, if you're not part of the industry who produces these cheap and profitable foods, for them, it worked out pretty well. But for the rest of us, we just ended up buying larger clothes and more medications to cover up the symptoms that resulted from all of those sugar-filled diet foods. We're basically taking the same advice to eat less calories than we burn from the same sources who told us to replace healthy, natural fats with fake, processed, sugar-filled foods. Perhaps it's time to stop listening to the people who want to fill their pockets with your money and time to listen to someone who's already been there, done that, but has finally learned the truth. Not only have I learned the truth, but I have 100 pounds gone that also shows I've lived that truth. Too many of us are chronically undernourished. We exercise way too much and eat way too little in order to sustain a healthy body. Yes, eating way less calories than you take in works at first for some people. But by following this logic to the extreme, like a lot of people do, you are destroying your metabolism. Your body is learning how to continually function on less calories, and therefore it will continue to require less calories in order to perform the same functions as it did before. So where does it end? If you have to keep lowering your calorie intake to keep up with your lowering metabolism, where does it end? Are you going to be eating tiny jars of Gerber just to sustain your body because you really can't eat another ounce in order to avoid weight gain? No, that's ridiculous. But so are some of these experts who tell women in order to lose weight, they need to eat the same amount as my 3-year-old eats every single day. There's basically no reason a grown woman should be eating the same amount as a toddler. Yes, they are growing, but most weigh less than 50 pounds. I get very passionate about this topic because it's an industry lie that just won't die. It's the same industry lie that I followed for nearly 2 decades of my life. It's the same industry lie that completely destroyed my health and made me miserable for over 2 decades. When people try to collide keto with Weight Watchers, I get angry. If you've been following this industry rule for much of your life as well, you need to eat. Your body has been stuck in this famine mode for so long where it conserves the nutrients that you do eat because your body has become so accustomed to restriction that it wants to store every nutrient that you have coming in as fat. It does this so you stay alive. If you just started keto but you still have this strict calorie mindset, your body isn't going to let go of its stored fat. It's going to keep storing the nutrients that you do eat until it recognizes that you're bringing in enough food to function on a daily basis. Now, women who eat 900, 1,000, maybe even 1,200 calories on a consistent basis aren't bringing in enough calories to function. And there are experts, some that are actual doctors, who are still telling women it's completely okay to eat 900 or 1,000 calories every single day in order to get results. Most 3-year-olds eat more than that each day. Does that sound normal that a grown woman can survive off of the same amount of calories as a toddler? And do you think her health is going to thrive following this protocol long term? Absolutely not. So what about those keto experts who say you need to eat low calorie so your body can live on its fat stores? Let me just add here, dear keto experts, that our bodies will never tap into our stored fat when we're not even taking in enough food to function. Eating 1,000 calories every single day is not enough calories for a grown woman to even get out of bed and sit around all day doing nothing. If you continue to eat this low-calorie diet based on a calories in versus calories out model, then your body will basically never feel safe enough to let go of your stored body fat. It will hold on to your stored fat for dear life because you're barely taking in enough food each day just to go through the basic functions of day-to-day living. I see so many people who talk about being hungry on keto or asking how to eat a high-fat diet with a low-calorie budget. If you're trying to make keto and Weight Watchers collide like that, you probably won't last very long. You won't see the same success as ketoers who learned how to listen to their bodies and eat fat to satiation. The problem I see all too often when someone isn't finding success on keto is they're just not eating enough food, plain and simple. Of course, when you come from this brainwashed calories in versus calories out world, it can be very hard to determine the right macros for you in order to find success. That's exactly the reason behind our Keto Decoded Goal Crushers membership option. We want to take the macro guesswork out of the equation for you so you can start seeing results right away. We also take an entire episode of our Chat the Fat podcast to review your specific study regarding digestion and body chemistry to help you cheat on your diet. Tisk tisk, cheaters never win. Unless, of course, you're a Keto Decoded Goal Crusher. We help you determine the right supplements and steps that are specific to you so you get the best results on keto right from the start. Skip past all of the general advice out there and start getting maximum results right now. You can check out that Goal Crusher option at eatingfatisthenew.com/KD membership. You'll also learn more about the other reasons that you're not seeing weight loss on your keto plan. All right, let's take a quick moment to review. Reason number 1, you're not processing the fat you eat well. Reason number 2, you're not digesting the protein you eat well. And reason number 3, you're not eating enough food to let go of stored body fat. Before I go, be sure to tune into episode 30 of Chat the Fat, where we interview Danny Vega from the Fat Fueled Family podcast. He's big into research and shares with us all of the latest info to help you see big results on keto. Go to chatthefat.com/episode 30 to check it out. If I don't see you on Instagram or Facebook before then, I'll see you next week where I'm going to talk about the amazing weight loss trifecta. Learn how to take your keto plan to the next level with these 3 amazing fat-burning tools.